Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bean 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. Yesterday I told you guys, please stay away from the market. I don't know why some people were now contacting me and saying the market is dropping and all of that. Yesterday I gave a clear instruction that no one should get into the market because we've not seen any signal at all. So if you get into the market because you saw the market pumping and all of that, it's just FOMO and you will be caught or find yourself in this game. But as you all know, this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, and this is the only place where we trade it and we do not gamble it. If you're just joining the show for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, like and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get the notifications when we are live or we drop some videos for you. But before we dive into today's business, let's first of all share the link so other people can join us from the community or online and all of that, and you can help us reach wider people by liking the show and sharing it with your friends as well. Today is the 14th of October 2025, and something great or big is coming, which is the rate cut. And this is going to me, I feel like maybe this is even going to dump the market more, but we're going to discuss more of that on the show. First of all, let me share this link so people can join us and be part of what we're doing on this great platform. As you can see, BTC went up a little bit to about, I think, 14,000 or 114, excuse me, or 115 thereabout. But like I said yesterday, we do not have a structure, and the moment you don't have a structure, it means there is no agreement between a buyer and a seller, and that means we are not supposed to get into the market. The only people I expect to be in the market are day traders, not investors or spot trader. Day trader, derivative traders are people that trade within short period of time using 1 hour or 4 hour candles, and they can make profit within short period. But if you are an investor or you are a sports trader, I expect you to follow all what I'm saying. And if you're interested in day trading and all of that, we leverage getting signals, you can join my Telegram channel. It's for free, guys. You can join it. The links are down in the description. Also, you enjoy some educational content as well. All right, we'll share the link. Let's now dive right into the show and see what is really going on the show. Join the live now. Okay, I'm Ahmed Elad Magic Kazim, aka KC the Great, and I'm happy to be with you this morning again so we can enjoy this great show together. Bitcoin is falling. Bitcoin is in trouble. Yes, I said it. Bitcoin is in trouble. But mind you, whatever I say on this show is not a financial advice. Please do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. Yes, is Bitcoin in trouble? 100%. Bitcoin is in trouble. The whole crypto market is in trouble because you can see Bitcoin dropped down to 102,000 US dollars on Friday when we had a black swan, and it has not been able to move back up to the all-time high within the 3-4-5 days after that. Yes, we might not be in bear market right now, but there are a lot of things I want us to take a look at, especially with all these things coming out of the news. You can see, stay away from Bitcoin. Top UK investment firm issues strong warning. Not only that, we can see on this news again, Bitcoin drops below 112,000 US dollars as traders eye Powell's speech, and we're expecting that to come on. Analysts say geopolitical tension, tariffs, and prolonged US government shutdown are keeping investors cautious, though the Fed late October rate cut could offer a relief. And I told you, because we're going to be having a rate cut this October, and that is the only thing I feel can, catapult or push the market back to where everyone wanted to be. But if the rate cut is negative again, like we had last month, or is it last 2 months? Oh, I'm sorry, we might rather just accept we're in bear market. But if you look at the chart real quick, you'll see that after we drop here, I told you guys to leave the market, by the way, at 123,000 if you watch my show or you've been a subscriber of this great show. This is a live show. It happens every day of the week, 10 a.m. SAST time, 8 a.m. South African, 8 a.m. GMT. Depending on the location you're watching, we can convert that. But 10 a.m. South African time, that is SAST. But let's come to the chart real quick and talk about what I'm saying. You can see after we broke through the kicker, the market dropped, and now we saw the movement on Sunday and on Monday. And I told you yesterday, please do not get into the market yet, because we need a structure to know that we are coming back or the market is going to recover. So this might just be a pullback, then we see the market drop back to come and test 102. Then when the news of Fed will come out and it's not favorable again, then we see more dump. So this is the only time and the precious time out of the whole crypto bull cycle, this present one, that you need to be careful. I'm telling you the truth. This is when you need to be careful, if anything at all, because any mistake, you're going to just get yourself. A lot of people lost money on Friday, and we don't know when they will recover from that. But let's see one more thing that was said about BTC. You can now see Peter Schiff suggests Bitcoin could see further weakness after flash crash as gold reaches new peak, 100%. And you see, this is what has been deceiving a lot of investors, traders, and all of that, because they feel like BTC mirrors the way gold moves. Yes, we've seen that times with that number. But the problem is, you need to understand one thing now. Everyone is looking for a safe haven. And people always want to put their money on gold and some other commodities that they know that is really, really risk-free kind of. Because, BTC now has just gone mainstream, and people are coming into it through ETF. That's why we're seeing what is happening with BTC. But without that, everyone wants to own gold and stuff like that. So until we see this bull run mirrors gold, yes, then we now know its tradition. Even though investors are in, the big banks are in, or the normal community are in, Bitcoin will always follow gold. But we've not experienced this kind of, what will I call it, cycle before. We've never had ETF, we've never seen mainstream promoting Bitcoin, or, we've not seen all this thing before. This is the first time out of the 4 bull cycle we've had since Bitcoin started. So we need to understand one thing, that things might not work the way it's been working for the past 3 bull cycle. You need to understand that. What you need to know is, yes, I'm not saying it will mirror gold. If it's going to mirror gold, that means Bitcoin will hit 200K or 250 this bull cycle. But remember, we are getting to the end of Bitcoin cycle, not gold. Gold moves, but Bitcoin has always been in cycles since they started. So we need to understand that this is different. If it mirrors it, fine, but we need to wait and see what happens. So Chef is suggesting we could even experience worse this thing. And if you ask me, I've been telling you on this channel that my own thesis is even different to whatever all these people are saying. Myself, I'm taking all these things from previous data, things I've seen. we know that 1 year we must have Bitcoin to drop back to probably 50%, 45%, whatever percent is going to drop during the bear market. It does that for 1 year, and it's been doing that all the cycles. So if we're going to have that, we are in October already. We only have like 2 months left for this bull run to, to be wrapped up. But people are saying, no, it's going to turn to ultra cycle, it's going to turn to super cycle, it's going to turn to this, it's going to turn to that. Let it happen first. Do you understand? Because trading is not what you just predict. It's not what you just say, okay, the market, if it's like that, everyone should be making money, everyone shouldn't be losing money. You saw how much was wiped out of the market on Friday. So you need to wait. Let us see the charts telling us that, okay, yes, we are going to have a super or an ultra super cycle this bull run. But if that has not happened, because you need to remember the last bull cycle, when we hit 60 something K, then Elon Musk came out and said, oh, they're no longer taking Bitcoin again because of the economy friendly, blah, 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 the mining, the this is that, everything dropped back. Then we recover back from that a little bit back up before we now have, I think it was FTX collapse, Luna collapse, 3 Arrow collapse. You see, then the market dumps. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now, what fueled the last bull cycle? Stimulus. Elon Musk announcing Tesla will not be using it. Everyone knew that. But this cycle, it's ETF. It's big boys. And they like to buy and sell. Like I said, the black swan we experience, we should be waiting for it because it will start happening in crypto. It's always happening in stocks, Forex and all of that because they manipulate it. So don't think this one we saw on Friday, that's the end. We will start explaining because these people, they do business. Okay, see how many ETF that has been coming out of BTC after the Black Swan and Solid 2 movement. You can see Bitcoin ETFs witness significant withdrawals in a volatile market because this is what you need to understand. These people, they buy and they sell. They want to make money. It's you that want to stay in the market forever. They want to trade, they make money, they make profit because remember they have assets under them they are managing. Some of the company, they have assets under management, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. They need to pay dividends to the investors. They need to expand everything. So they need to take profit. They're not just going to lock up the BTC and watch it go up and down, up and down. So that is why you start seeing this massive moving up and down in crypto. It will start happening, and the earlier you accept that, the better for you. So you know that it's no longer the community of Bitcoin lovers, the community of crypto lovers that are now pushing this in. No, it's no longer that. It's been hijacked. People are now into it that they have billions of dollars. They are managing people's money worth trillions of dollars. And they can dump the market anyhow. They can do anyhow with it. Because they're even the one that push it to where it is right now. The only thing that can make them not have power is when our adoption is now wider, then we grow and everyone accept to be using BTC. But as long as the adoption is not growing, it's just the people that is pumping the money in it. They can do anything with that. So you can see Bitcoin ETF witnessed significant withdrawals in volatile market, and not only that, you can now see some bad news coming out with BTC. Look at this now, whale belt big against Bitcoin, and that raises eyebrows. That's the truth. You know what they call whale in crypto? Whale in crypto means someone that has large amount of the token you're talking about. It might be Bitcoin, Ethereum, but maybe one person is got up to 100,000 BTC or even from 20,000 upward. They see you as well because you can move the market a little bit. You can shake the market. Now, will bet against Bitcoin. Not only will, see another one. Bitcoin OG sent another 100 Bitcoin to Kraken after $160 million short. So you can see all the news is coming out. And what does this to me? If you ask me, what is this giving me? The vibe is giving me. It's giving us that some people are starting to take profit, especially whales. And when whales are taking profit, that is where you yourself need to get out. Because if you don't, you are going to watch the bull cycle fall down back, and you're going to see your money go down to zero again. Then you wait for another 4 years, because 1 year to drop, 3 years to rise to the peak again. So BTC is in trouble right now. But what we are saying is the confirmation that we are in bear market has not full. Do not trade blindly. Like the trade I gave you guys, and I told you guys to leave at 123k. That is 13,000 points if you're buying one BTC, which is $13,000. This is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. And again, see what is coming out of BTC. Again, we saw hyper liquid insider whale doubles Bitcoin short to nearly 496 million US dollars at 10x. And now people are saying it could be the BitForex, it could be the BitForex CEO. So you can see if the big whales, people that own much more Bitcoin, are now shorting BTC. What is that telling you? Forget about what all these influencers, exchange CEO will tell you. They want to make money. They want to make money, because if you don't trade, how are they going to make money from the commission? So they will tell you buy the dip. I'm not saying we shouldn't buy the dip, because the best time you should buy crypto is when it's down and sell when it's up. But the problem is it the dip that we need to get into it? Because if you get into it now and it keeps going deeper, what you're going to lose money. So, and that's why I said we need to wait for the structure to be confirmed that Bitcoin is going to recover, or we are back to the bull movement. And in all of this, we all know Michael Saylor. He has already said he has even thrown the key to his wallet away, because he would never sell BTC. And you can see what he's doing. Michael Saylor adds to Bitcoin holdings and challenge the market trend. But I'm going to tell you something about Michael Saylor. Saylor has been buying BTC. Either it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. He's just been accumulating. He doesn't care if it goes to 40k. He's still going to buy more, because he's selling the company share, the debit notes, and all of that, getting more money and accumulating BTC. And that is long time investment that he's doing. And you can see how many BTC is now holding, up to 640,250 BTC. But you know, this is for companies. This is for the strategy B. And there are investors there, everything around it. But it's just that he's made the what will I going to say? That he's never going to sell. But I know he's going to sell at one point. Just remember this, the day he's going to sell. I'll tell you, can you remember the day I told you it will sell at one point? All right, let's check what is happening with another token. And this is BNB. BNB chain rolls out 45 million US dollar airdrop after crypto melted. I think this is just for confirmation. I say confirmation, compensation of what happened, because you know I said it yesterday that Binance is a big exchange. They're supposed to have passed this phase of when the market is dumping or something is happening, their systems are not working. No, they've passed that stage. They've made billions of dollars. Even the CEO has made billions of dollars. So you can't tell me you cannot expand whatever technology you're working, or whatever database, whatever you guys are doing. So I just believe Binance needs to do more. But I think this is still a good thing for people, at least it to cheer people up a little bit. If you're among the people that will be compensated, I think about 160,000 users we get from this airdrop. And I feel like that will help out with the last crash we had on Friday. You know, everybody's been bashing them that why is it that I can't close my trade, or I can't do this, but you guys could liquidate us. You understand? So you can see here about 160,000 addresses will benefit from that. So that's that about BNB. And let's check what is even happening with BNB on the chart. You know, yesterday I told you BNB was the only token that recovered back to all-time high and create a new all-time high, but you can see it's now dropping back, but it's still a buy, because you know why? We have this breakout on a daily, on a weekly. Yeah, so since it's on a weekly, the stop loss will be at 850. So now the main thing you can do if you're not in the market, you can use your Fibo. You can do Fibonacci like this and wait for it to drop to around 970, 1000 thereabout. Then you can get back into BNB. But if you're still in the market right now as an investor or spot trader, I think BNB is still looking good. And maybe it's just going to, roll around this point until we have the Fed rate, or it's still going to push higher. BNB is now the new launch pad for meme coins, and you need to be careful. If you watch one of my TikTok video that I drop, I drop a video about rug pull that is going on BSC, that is a Binance Smart Chain contract, and you guys need to be careful. All right, before we dive into the chart fully to see other tokens, please let's check what is going on with the cryptocurrency market. Then we're going to check the event of the day as well to know what we should prepare ourselves for. You can now see we are now below $4 trillion US back. Now cryptocurrency market that was almost 4.3 trillion US dollar is now at 3.8 trillion US. So we've lost how much? That's about 500 billion out of the market already, if I'm correct. You see, that is huge, guys. That is huge. That is huge, guys. That is huge. But it's crypto, but like I said, it might be beginning of bear market, or we are just seeing all this pullback. And if all this pullback start happening like that, market is dropping 20%, 15%. I'm not going to lie to you. Even though we move back up, we're just going to test the all-time high and move past it a little bit, and bear market will start. I'm so sure about that, because that is what happened last bear market, and everyone should learn from that. But we've seen about almost 245 billion US dollars traded in the last 24 hours when it comes to volume. And the trending token ASTAR has been trending. Like you can see, ASTAR has been dropping badly. You can see another 16% or 16.5 in the last 24 hours, and you can see the top gainers right there. Now let's check the top 10 to see if some of these tokens overthrown each other. You can see Tether have overthrown BNB. Bitcoin is still at number 1, Ethereum at number 2, Tether is now sitting at number 3, and we can see BNB is now at number 4, XRP still maintaining the number 5 spot, Solana at number 6, USDC at number 7, Dogecoin at number 9, Lido Stake at number 8, and Tron is just holding on to this number 10. I think for like 2 months now, Tron is been holding on to this number 10. Cardano only flipped Tron for like a day. The second day Tron went back to it. I think Tron network is really doing great, but you should know that USDT is running on Tron network, and whenever the market is dumping or moving, they use at least majority, let's say 80% or 70% of the market, they use USDT. So I expect them to do better. And you can see with Cardano, Chainlink, Hyperliquid, and the likes are below top 10. If you're interested in knowing where your project sits on the cryptocurrency market ranking, you might want to check it out on CoinGecko.com. All right, that's about the market. Let's check what the event of the day is now looking like, so we know what we should be expecting. But for like 2 weeks now since the US government shutdown commenced, we've not really been seeing active events happening on the calendar, and that is because the government officials are not at work. I believe by the time they come back, we're going to see a lot of events happening, and that will create too much volatility, because a lot of data we're supposed to have collected together, they will have to start bringing out very fast, because another month we have to eat, another month we have to, so we need to prepare for that. But today, being Tuesday, October 14, 2025, you can see we only have Fed Powell speak. Other ones that we need to wait for, you can see they're saying they don't know when it's going to come, and that's why they put the tentative sign there. So we're just going to wait for Fed Powell to speak around 5 p.m. GMT and 7 p.m. SAST time today. Or sorry, no, around 6 p.m. SAST time, 4 p.m. GMT thereabout, so you can do the time conversion according to your zone. So I think that's just the only important thing we should look out for today. All right, I haven't said that. Let's now dive into the chart fully and take a look at all the chart analysis on the radar to see what you need to do with your portfolio. But before we do that, please and please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, I can see we are getting new subscribers, but the likes are not increasing. You need to smash the likes button, because that is what the algorithm will use to take our video to wider audience. But for those of you subscribing, thanks so much. But please, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe to the channel, like and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Also, you can follow me on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok to get some of the breaking news or nuggets that I drop that are different to what I'm saying on the show, so you can keep yourself informed even when the show is not on. All right, let's dive into the chart fully and see what is going on. You can see right now BTC is trading at around 112, below 112 thereabout. And do we need to buy BTC? No. You can see the red line is still there. The moment you see this red line, you should know I'm not in trade yet. I'm talking about spot traders and investors, not derivative leverage traders that is trading there and there like day trading. No. If you want to do that, join my Telegram channel. You get signal for that. But investor and spot traders, please, we should not be in the market right now. Yes, we're having a structure, but we need the structure to break above. Until that happens, let's just chill back and watch what is going to happen with the market. So Bitcoin is in trouble, and yet Bitcoin is not a buyer. You can see all the markets are even in red. See all the prices, all of them are in red. So you need to believe what I'm saying. But mind you, it's not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. So let's check Ethereum. Yeah, ETH managed to push back to 4,000. But do you need to get into the market because of that? No. You can still see the red mark is still there. ETH is not a buy yet. All of them are pulling back. Maybe they're going to form a structure, or they're going to keep dumping until we see why and what we need to use to get into the market. Please stay away from ETH as well. Let's take a look at Link. Link is for me a good one. I see this one. This is a good structure, but we're not going to get into it until what? Until we have the confirmation. Because sometimes the market will trick you, showing you that, oh, we know this is going to be a buy, but now you get into it, then to dump back. So with years of experience in this game, I don't do that. I wait for confirmation. It's not going to kill you. You don't need to trade every day or all the time. Relax, do some other thing, go for exercise, go watch movie. You have a lot of things to do than to sit in front of the system 24/7. So this is not a buy yet. We're going to wait for the confirmation. Let's take a look at AAV, the same thing with Link. Please stay away from it. Solana, the same thing, stay away from it. BNB, only BNB activated a buy yesterday, and it's still a buy because now the stop loss is now at 865. So the stop loss is still far. If you're in it, fine. If you're not in it, you might wait, let it pull back a little bit so you can buy it cheaper. But if you're in it already, it's still a buy. Let's take a look at Litecoin. LTC is not a buy as well. It's forming a structure. All of them are kind of forming this pattern to create a structure, but we're not going to be tricked by that. We'll wait for the structure to be activated, then we can join the market, or we wait for it to pull down at 0.78 Fibonacci. That's another perfect way to trade something like this. All right, Sweet to the same thing, stay away from it. Avalanche, the same thing. I think all the altcoins, they're having the same format. Even you can see ADA, the same. Stay away from it. Let's see if XRP is going to be different. No, it's not. XRP is the same too. Stay away from it. Let's take a look at Ton. Even Ton, the same. Stay away from it. Esther, they are all the same. Pump Fund, the same. Ondo, the same. Please stay away from it. So basically today, all the altcoins apart from BNB that gained momentum back to all-time high yesterday, they are still the same. Yes, they're forming a kind of structure, but until the structure is confirmed, that is when you should get into any of these altcoins. All right, let's take a look at meme coins quickly before we wrap up the show. We're going to start with the king of meme coins, and that is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is actually forming like the altcoins too, so please stay away from it. No buy here. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu. No buy here. Stay away from it. Pepe, the same. Popcard, the same. Trump coin, the same. Millennial coin, the same. Let's take a look at Notcoin, the same. So basically all the tokens are in sell mode. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all except BNB. Only BNB is different. So please and please and please and please stay away from them for now. Maybe this week it's just going to rally and come down to the perfect entry. Then we're going to use next week to make good money. And speaking of next week, the show I'm about to launch to challenge myself of trading 100,000 to $1 million over a period of time is still going on. If you've not joined the community, you might want to check it out on the X, and we'll soon announce when we're going to launch the program. But the group is buzzing. I think we're sitting about 2,500 members now waiting for the token to be launched, and we will soon do that. All right, if you're still watching the show, thanks for joining me this morning. But you know, we cannot wrap up the show without checking what the sentiment looks like, because that plays a huge role in the market as well. If the sentiment says buy BTC, sometimes you just need to join them until they die down, then you're gonna go. But if they say don't buy, you need to, because sometimes it's the force of the people. They just want to show their power before the market will now do the right thing. So looking at the fear and greed index right now, you can see the market is sitting at 38. That is fear. Yesterday was fear, now is fear. Last week was greed, and last month was greed. So you can see it's still basically like what is happening yesterday, and that was the reason why I told you guys, please and please stay away from the market, at least for now. Just stay away. Let's just see what's going to happen. But mind you, it's not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research. Also trade with money you can afford to lose. All right, that's what I have for you on this great show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show. And this is where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please and please do that right now. And it's CryptoBit101 on all platforms, guys. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn your notification bell. All right, I'll see you tomorrow on another packed episode of this great show. I still remain my humble self, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great. Until I see you guys tomorrow, it's peace out.